So we're about to talk about basketball, the rules and how to play, and I think Gabby's gonna start us off.
Yeah, all right. So first we're going to talk about the history of basketball just a little bit. It was made as a sport to keep athletes playing while inside during the winter. In 1891 in Massachusetts by Dr. James Naismith. It started as peach baskets and like soccer balls, and there weren't like actual rules. It was kind of just throw and try and get it in the basket. And then the National Basketball Association, the NBA, was made in 1946. Do you guys have the next slide?
Yep.
Thanks, sorry.
You got it? Got it?
No, I don't have it. I still have the history one.
All right, we can just go and read it. So.
Oh wait, I have it. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. So for the offensive rules, the player must bounce or dribble the ball with one hand while moving both feet. If at any time both hands touch the ball or the player stops dribbling, the player must only move one foot. The foot that is stationary is called the pivot foot. The basketball player can only take one turn at dribbling. In other words, once a player has stopped dribbling, they cannot start another dribble. Any player who starts dribbling again is called for a double dribble violation and loses the basketball to the other team. The ball must stay in bounds. If the offensive team loses the ball out of bounds, then the other team gets control of the basketball. The player's hand must be on top of the ball while dribbling. If they touch the bottom of the basketball while dribbling and continue to dribble, this is called carrying, and the player will lose the ball. Once the offensive team crosses half court, they may not go back into the backcourt. This is called the backcourt violation. If the defensive team knocks the ball into the backcourt, then the offensive team can recover the ball legally. So some of the defensive rules, the biggest one is obviously don't foul. Some of the more common fouls are holding, hand check, tripping, elbowing, and technical fouls, which are like bad language and obscenities. So the court is made up of 5 players at one time. There is the center, which is positioned near the basket, the power forward, which receives rebounds from under the basket and score in the opposing team's basket. The small forward, which is the most versatile player, doing everything from rebounding and assisting to scoring. The shooting guard, which makes good shots from far distances, usually the three-point line. And the point guard, and he leads the team on offense, and their job is to pass the ball to a player, and he passes on to another player, and so on until the basket is made. So for scoring, anytime a player puts the ball through the basket, and this can include free throws, layups, dunks, jump shots, and three-pointers. And then the rest of my group is going to demonstrate a few of these moves.
Okay. This was really not as planned, but okay. So first of all, we're going to talk about how scoring works. There's plenty of different ways to score, but you can score to get 1 point, where you shoot a free throw. Stand in that line, and that's after you get fouled, which any type of fouls that she was talking about, usually like a slap or whatever. So 1 point from that line. Usually for a regular foul, you get 2 shots, so you can make 2 points. If you shoot outside of the 3-point arc, that's 3 points. But if you get fouled while shooting, you get 3 shots. And also, if you score while getting fouled, you get 2 points or 3 points if it's a 3-point shot. And you also get 1 extra bonus shot. That's the way to score. And I'm going to demonstrate how to score. So a regular jump shot. No points. That's 2 points. And then how many 3-throw line here? 1 shot, 1 point. And then we have a 3-point shot all the way from, you see that arc right here? And that doesn't count because, yeah. And then we can do a layup. A layup is 1, 2, 2 points. If you're like me, can jump really high? Slam dunk, 2 points. Those are the ways to score.
Okay, so I think every sport kind of has a different type of formation, whether it's basketball, football really doesn't have, I mean, they have a formation, but like different plays and stuff. And soccer kind of has the same thing, but I was going to have Sandra kind of demonstrate, like they run a different formation. I'm pretty familiar with basketball, but their first game I noticed they run a very different formation than any other girls basketball team. So
Yeah, so this is, when I came here, I had no idea what type of play, how we play basketball here. I thought it was just, I watched some games in the end of last season, and they were not doing what we're doing right now. So it's very different. There's like not one right way to play basketball, and that's also why it's hard to kind of demonstrate it. If you watch the women's and men's basketball team here, they are very different in the way they're playing. So for my team, the Lady Pilots, we are 15 people on the team, and we're divided in groups of 5. And you play with the same 5 people through the whole game, unless there's injuries or whatever. But in general, you say play with the same 5 people, and we sub every 40 to 45 seconds of the game, which is very uncommon. So the way we do it is that we try to just run a lot. You just go in, you run for 40 seconds, and then you're out. And you're supposed to trap the other team, which means that if we say like we have a player right here, we're both going to try to stop her so she has nowhere to pass, nowhere to go. And that's the way we're playing it. So if you look on the men's team on the other hand, I don't know exactly how they play it, but you can usually see the same 7 players, 7, 8 players, they switch around. And some players play almost the full game, others sit on the bench most of the game. Well, if you look at our games, everyone will be on the court, everyone will play. So the point is, every team plays differently, and there's no right way to play basketball, and no wrong way to play basketball either, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Share some of our basketball experiences. Obviously, you play here, so you want to start off and then we can go in the middle.
Yeah. I was gonna say I just played since I was 10. I was forced to play up by my dad because both my brothers were playing. He loved the sport. I was not a fan, but I tried it out. I was starting with playing with just guys for my first year. It was not fun, but I was pretty good at it. So eventually, he put me on the girls' team, and I started loving it, and I played ever since.
I have 4 brothers, so all of my brothers have played basketball. Obviously, I'm not the tallest person, so I could never see myself playing basketball. But I played when I was really younger, just like little ref stuff. But other than that, my family's kind of a basketball family and football family, so that's my kind of experiences with it. My dad's big with basketball too, so. But other than that, that's about it with me. Abby?
Yeah, I'm not really a huge basketball person. I never really have been. I was on a team in 7th grade. And the last time I played, I actually was in the middle of a physical right before that. And I had to get 2 shots in each of my arms. So the very first game I played, my arms were all red and swollen and bruised, and that was the very last time I played basketball because I just didn't like it. But I still kept up with the sport, and I still love watching it. So I was excited to do our project on this.
Thank you.